Next, we move on to specification number 4, which asks us to describe biodiversity as the number of different species that live in an area. So, let's begin by understanding what biodiversity means. Biodiversity refers to the variety of different species of living organisms found in a particular area. In simple words, it is the number of different species present within an ecosystem. The greater the variety of species, the higher the biodiversity of that area. When biodiversity is high, many different species live and interact with one another. This creates a more stable ecosystem because the food webs are more complex and balanced. If one species declines or disappears, other species can often continue performing similar roles, so the ecosystem is less likely to be seriously affected. On the other hand, when biodiversity is low, there are fewer species living in the ecosystem. As a result, food webs become simpler and less stable. The loss of just one species can have a major impact on many other organisms, making the entire ecosystem more vulnerable to disturbance. As you can see in the diagram, biodiversity represents the variety of life on Earth. It includes genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. Genetic diversity refers to differences in genes within the same species, helping populations adapt to changing environments. Species diversity refers to the variety of different species living in an area, while ecosystem diversity refers to the variety of different ecosystems and habitats found across a region. The diagram also shows why biodiversity is so important. It helps ecosystems function efficiently and makes them more resilient to environmental changes. Biodiversity provides humans with essential resources such as food, medicines, and raw materials. It also helps regulate the climate, maintain clean air and water, and contributes to human well-being and quality of life. Now let's discuss human impacts on biodiversity. Human activities are one of the major causes of biodiversity loss. One important cause is habitat destruction, where forests and natural habitats are cleared for farming, housing, and other developments to meet the needs of a growing population. Another cause is resource extraction, such as mining, logging, and the collection of raw materials, which destroys natural habitats and reduces the number of species that can survive there. Marine pollution also has a significant impact on biodiversity. Oil spills, waste dumping, and fertilizer runoff pollute water bodies. Fertilizer runoff can cause eutrophication, which reduces oxygen levels in the water and leads to the death of many aquatic organisms. The loss of biodiversity has serious consequences for ecosystems. It disrupts food chains and food webs because many organisms depend on different species for food and survival. If one species disappears, the organisms that rely on it may also decline, creating a chain reaction throughout the ecosystem. In some cases, this can even lead to the extinction of additional species. As biodiversity decreases, ecosystems become less stable, less balanced, and more vulnerable to environmental changes.